All right, so just kind of going in order here. The next assignment I'm going to talk about and give you a quick overview of is the lesson plans. So this is a phased assignment that you're going to basically plan in class and then kind of step up until you implement in the field. So the purpose is to practice with both a small group and a large group eventually, teaching math and using a lesson that you can kind of refine over time. So it's to kind of practice planning, practice implementing, and then revising and kind of re-implementing. So um, this is going to be, like I said, a multi-phase um, lesson plan. So the first thing you're going to do is we will have time in class, and I'll show you the calendar here in just a minute. We're going to have time in class coming up to plan your small group. We're going to call it a small group task. It can be based on something that we've done in class. So the counting cookies task or the growing shapes task would work as well. But that you are going to take and you're going to devise a task. You can work with your grade level team if you want to, or you can work by yourself. It's totally up to you. But you're going to design a task using our lesson plan templates, and that's going to be focused on a particular task. So again, when you go into the Canvas page under assignments, you're going to see the practice with a friend. So that's the first phase of this is you're going to plan the lesson in your grade level groups um, or by yourself using the lesson plan template, which is right here. And you are going to first just practice it with a friend in class. So you're going to come in with your lesson plan. You're going to basically pretend like they're a student and run the task. So you'll present the task, you'll have your kind of questioning strategy ready, your extensions up and down, and you'll kind of see how it goes. And based on that, you'll revise it before you then implement it in field work with a small group. Okay. So again, small, you're implementing with one student, one, I don't know, a group of kids in our class, your peers, revising based on that, and then you will implement it in the field. Okay. So I'm going to pause there and come back to the lesson plan real quick. So here I have just the blank lesson plan that we've talked about a couple of times. And then this is actually an example of the counting cookies task put into a lesson plan format, just so you have an example of what this can look like. If you're doing this task, you can actually just basically take this lesson plan and modify it. So that's probably like the easiest, quickest one to do. Or if you want to use a different task, then you can do that. Just make sure you modify the lesson plan itself. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So again, plan a lesson in class, practice with peers. That's when you practice with someone in class. Then you will do it with a small group. I have here also with your CMath child. Um, but that really depends. So if you're able to just do it in a small group, like with a small group of kids, if your CMath students in that group, that would be ideal. But if not, that's okay too. But if you're ready to just implement it in a small group in class, you don't have to do it with your CMath student. That's really just another option if you can't get time with a small group. But preferably, this would be with a small group in your fieldwork classroom. Okay. Then the last step in this portion of the small group task is to write a report. So in the small group, hold on, sorry. In the small group assignment folder, there is a place for you to upload this. So implementing with kids is here is just kind of a check, and then the report is here. And I've given you lots of examples of reports and a template to use. So click in here. And you can see that this is going to be, you're going to need to download this and either make a copy or modify. And this just kind of walks you through exactly what I'm looking for. And we'll talk about this in class as well. So make sure to take a look at this, and just if you have questions on it, you can let me know. But that's the bulk of the assignment is this write-up. Okay. And it gives you even goal lengths and ideas of questions that you can ask yourself when you're writing this up. So just keep that in mind as well, that you do have a template to write up your findings. Okay. And the last part of this report is going to, I'm sorry, the last part of this assignment is going to come at the end of the semester when you implement a whole class lesson in your field work. So this can either build on what you did here for the small group lesson, or it can be a whole new lesson plan based on what your cooperating teacher has going on the week that you're planning to teach. Um, I'm okay with it being combined with another topic as well. So if you're just not getting a lot of time to teach math, maybe you could do an ELAR lesson that has math incorporated or something like that. So we'll just have to talk about that as the time comes and gets closer to see what will work for you. So I'm going to scroll down now to the schedule just so you can see how this kind of lays out. So we're going to actually spend some time the 10th of February planning the small group portion of the lesson. So this is where you'll kind of get together with your grade level group and decide if you want to do the counting cookies task or something else. And then the following a couple weeks later, excuse me, we'll do implementing in class. So that's where you'll practice with a friend. And then based on that, you can implement in the field that week. So we'll have class on Monday, you can practice and then implement in small groups. So you can kind of warn your teacher that that might be coming. And then the following week, you will actually bring your student work to class from that small group implementation. So we can discuss it and you can get started on your write-up, which is not due until here, 24th of March, okay? Then after that, you will see the whole group towards the end of the semester. So I don't actually have it on here as a specific date, but it should happen sometime after this report is due, ideally. But I understand that you're kind of at the under, like, it depends on what your cooperating teacher allows you to do and what works for them. So I'm going to be flexible with that, but we'll need to keep in touch about that as the semester goes on, and you'll make sure you have something planned before the end of the semester because the final report is due at the end. So kind of the last day that I'll be taking grades. Okay, so that's kind of a general overview of that assignment. Again, it's phased on purpose with the idea being that you're implementing in class with a small group and then with a whole group with kind of checks along the way. So if any questions about that come up, please just let me know.